What is going on, guys? We're racing here back a brand new video, and today we've got another one of our F1 2014 season reviews, and today we are reviewing Williams Mercedes. This is their most successful year in a long time. They managed to score 320 points, taking one pole position and many podiums, with the best result of second place at Silverstone, Germany, and most recently Abu Dhabi, of course, for Felipe Massa. Anyway, today I'll be reviewing their season and comparing Massa's season to Bottas' season and giving an overall judgment and an overall grade of how their season has gone. So overall, you know, it's definitely looking like, look at the stats, Valtteri Bottas has had the better year, of course, scoring a lot more points than his teammate Felipe Massa, but of course that doesn't tell the full story. Of course, Massa has had a lot of bad luck, of course, right from the start, of course, in Australia, getting taken out by Kimi Kobayashi, of course, who had a brake failure. And then, of course, if you fast forward to Silverstone, he got taken out by Kimi Räikkönen, who was crashing. And then once again, the incident with Kevin Magnussen in Germany, probably think that was kind of Massa's fault, but still, you know, it's still bad luck just to get involved in an incident, you know, like that, as well as a few pit stop blunders as well from the Williams crew has really, you know, hindered Massa's season, and he hasn't been able to have a, you know, a fair and clean fight with Valtteri Bottas, because in Silverstone in Germany, that was where Valtteri Bottas got his best results. So, you know, who knows what could have happened had Felipe Massa been in those races. You know, he could have got a lot more points and it could have been a lot closer between the pair of them. But overall, Bottas has had the greater speed, you know, certainly in the middle section of the year. But, you know, towards the end, Felipe Massa's results have been outstanding. He got better and better. He got a 4th in USA, a 3rd in Brazil, and then, of course, a 2nd place in the season-ending race at Abu Dhabi. Felipe Massa carries on that form into next year. You know, he could really give Valtteri Bottas a run for his money, because, you know, Bottas has been one of the stars of the season. We've seen some brilliant performances, a lot of overtaking, of course, at Williams, allowing Massa and, you know, Bottas to really do well and to really, you know, be easy to overtake. Not easy, but, you know, easier to overtake than definitely if they've had a Renault engine, of course, like they did last year. They have gone through a lot of engine suppliers, Cosworth, Renault, you know, now Mercedes in recent years, but I think, you know, Williams have found a really good partnership. That is definitely a really strong, you know, partnership, Williams and Mercedes. Certainly a very successful one, you know, at the moment indeed. But, you know, really good stuff from Williams this season. They have done a really good job. You know, they really, you know, should they have won is, you know, an interesting debate. I suppose they really should have done, considering, you know, Red Bull won 3 times. Williams had the 2nd best car at a lot of races. They should have won, but they certainly could have won, I think. Canada was probably their best chance, and of course that was ruined by Sergio Perez. But I think Felipe Massa's, you know, inability to overtake at that race really did cost him. He was stuck behind a lot of cars, and, you know, possibly not his fault. You know, could have been just on that day Williams didn't have the best straight line speed, or the Force India's straight line speed was really good. But, you know, Felipe Massa really did struggle to overtake at that Canadian Grand Prix. And I think that's what put the pressure on Perez. That's what made him make that mistake, which, of course, ending both their races. You know, Felipe Massa's been a very lucky man to, you know, continue with his health and to continue, you know, without any injuries, because he's been involved in some really scary shunts. You know, Australia, probably Germany was definitely the most scariest. You know, we had him flipping upside down, and possibly, if it wasn't for his heroics at Silverstone, where he actually managed to turn the car sideways so he'd have a side-on impact rather than a head-on impact, you know, could have possibly saved one of their 2 lives. And it's just that experience driving from Felipe Massa that just makes him, you know, a fantastic asset to Williams. You know, Williams has definitely got one of the strongest pairings on the grid. They've got the youth and the kind of, you know, fantastic potential of Valtteri Bottas, with the great battling and overtaking skills, and, you know, very consistent he has been this season. And then, you know, you've got the Felipe Massa with a point to prove after leaving Ferrari. He's the experienced man. I think Bottas has learned a lot from Massa. You know, early on in the season, Massa had the better of him. Massa had a bit of a bad luck spell, and, you know, while he was gone, you know, Bottas didn't kind of just do the bare minimum to beat Massa. He did, you know, the maximum he could get out of that car. You know, but Bottas hasn't really had a chance to win this season, I don't think, realistically. Of course, you know, none of them, you know, Red Bull, Williams, have actually had a realistic chance, but, you know, somehow Red Bull did win in, you know, Canada, Hungary, and Spain and Spa. But, you know, mainly down to the, of course, the Mercedes mechanical faults. But it's going to be tough for Williams next year, you know, to maintain their momentum. If they do, though, you know, Mercedes have to watch out to making more mistakes than Crofty. But, you know, Williams could really be good next year. We'll have to see. Just hoping they don't do another kind of 2012 into 2013 slump. But, you know, this is higher than Williams have been in recent years. They've got a fantastic team. Pat Simmons, I think, was crucial. Claire Williams has done a brilliant job. And of course, going forward into next year, they've got the potential, the next few years, they've got potential, of course, Felipe Nasr coming into the team. Hopefully he's going to do well at Sauber. I think that's a good move for him, definitely, because he'd find it hard to do anything next year, basically, apart from being a test driver. I'm not sure he'd go back to GP2, so it's a great move for Felipe Nasr, of course, their test driver, and that role has been taken by Susie Wolff, which is great news to hear, and, hopefully she can continue to press. Sadly, I don't think she'll get a seat, but, she's doing well for herself. She has done, a great job, and I think she really did impress people in the test. And she's not just there because her dad owns a stake in the team. She's there on pure talent and great feedback. And honestly, I think Susie Wolff, could be a great asset in the future to Williams, and maybe in some management role as well. I think she'd be great at that, and she seems, very good with the media as well. And Claire Williams has also done a great job. So, but really strong year from Williams, such a turnaround, great stuff from Massa and Bottas, great team behind them. What does the future hold for Williams? We'll have to see. But anyway, let's round out this video then with the grades. And I've got to give Williams an A. It's been a fantastic turnaround from 2013. A great season. I'm going to give an A to Bottas for an amazing season. So nearly got an ace, an A plus there. And I give Felipe Massa an A minus. Not quite up to Bottas' standard for most of the races, but did have a lot of bad luck and showed some tremendous pace towards the end of the year and at the start of the year. So best luck to Williams next season. They've had a really good year and they'll be hoping to repeat, constant podiums, and of course Felipe Massa's pole position at Austria. Of course, that's probably one of Massa's highlights of the year. But anyway, I'm just racing, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.